When I say the words burnout prevention to you, my best guess is that these are probably the first terms that come into your mind. This is also reflected in what most businesses spend their money on in this space. Things like coaching and therapy to treat those that may be burnt out, or things like meditation apps for individual wellness. I come from an organizational behavior background, and I'm sorry to say that none of these items on the screen are actually shown to prevent burnout. What is shown to prevent burnout is protecting our employees from the organizational root causes of chronic stress and burnout. These are things like poor time boundaries, maybe being messaged at the weekends or in the evenings, unsustainable workloads, not just for a few days for a big deadline, but over long periods of time, as well as contributing factors like poor quality relationships or high conflict in the workplace, a lack of autonomy, and a lack of recognition. Burnout is not just a terrible thing for the individual. I'm sure you all know of individuals who've burnt out, but it's also incredibly expensive for organizations. It costs organizations over 150 billion a year in the reduced productivity of their staff, absenteeism due to sick leave or stress leave, and finally, most commonly, the turnover of really, really great staff. This is only more acute now that we're all navigating the new hybrid and remote world of work. And so we created Ambr. We are preventative, focused on targeting the organizational root causes of burnout. We use software, not expensive human services like coaches or therapists. And finally, without the dreaded pulse surveys. And here's how we do it. So we're a B2B SaaS product that helps management and HR reduce chronic stress and burnout in their teams. We do this by taking aggregated and anonymized data from workplace tools with which we integrate, as well as self-reported questions through daily surveys. And we then deliver this to management and HR through this dashboard, which you will see coming up in a moment. Here, a manager can see their team's overall burnout risk score, as well as the contributing factors at the top here, changing over time. This is all real-time data, which is pretty much unheard of in this space. They can look for emerging issues, but they don't need to rely on scanning through the data themselves. They will actually be alerted in real time if there's an urgent risk that they need to attend to. We have over 50 integrations with workplace tools at the moment and counting, which means that managers can access this organizational data with the confidence of full data privacy and protection. Ambr is currently live in 13 organizations, and that's across sectors. It's not just limited to high growth tech, and we've seen exceptionally high engagement rates. The stat that I'd like to draw your attention to is our daily active user rates there. Just for a little bit of context, the market leader in this space has about 30 to 40% daily active users. Instagram has about 14%. So at 70%, we are incredibly pleased and impressed with these metrics. This is us in a nice little pose. I met my co-founders, Jamie and Steph, whilst we were all working together as managers at Uber. We all also have backgrounds as management consultants and then as leaders in big tech. Steph Newton here was the B2B retention lead for Uber Eats, EMEA, as well as being the strategy and operations lead for Spotify UK prior to Ambr. And Jamie led product and analytics for Uber UK. As I mentioned earlier, I have a background in organizational behavior. I have a master's from LSE in the subject. I also spent some time as an organizational consultant. More recently, I'm also an exited CEO previously. We also have a wonderful tech team that have helped deliver our product and also design our proprietary model, which scans all the organizational data. Their logos are on the bottom half of the slide. They speak for themselves. We recently closed our pre-seed round from Fuel, Pi Labs, of course, Plug and Play, and others. We've recently released the new iteration of our product, which you just saw in that video there, and we're now investing in pushing the product out to more organizations, which we're very excited about. This will likely probably result in a seed raise in the first half of next year. I'm going to leave you here with a couple of quotes from some of our customers. They're telling us that Ambr is allowing them to quantify what was completely impossible to put into numbers prior to Ambr. They're also telling us that they're now able to spot the early warning signs of burnout, which again were completely invisible to them before Ambr, which allow them to take action before burnout takes hold. Despite the meditation apps and the yoga and the therapy, 70% of employees don't feel that their organizations are doing enough to protect them from stress and burnout. So if your company is still needing a solution to this problem, and statistically it probably is, please do reach out and we can talk you through how Ambr can help your managers protect their team from burnout. Equally, if you're interested in speaking to us about any future fundraisers, please do get in touch. My email is just that. Great. Thank you very much.